Dear distinguished guests, warm welcome to you all to the CORSIA African and Caribbean project closing event. Today is a special day for the EU-CORSIA project, as we have both regions, Africa and Caribbean, together to celebrate you, to celebrate your work, your results, and your engagement, to look at CORSIA as one of your measures to decarbonize the aviation sector and assist you in the net zero by 2050. Thank you for that. I'm pleased to be your master of ceremony today. The agenda, as you see on the screen, is an agenda of 2 hours closing event and is very dense. So my words, as well as the words of the team of experts, will not be enough to show to our sponsors, to the European Union, and to all that participated, the efforts and the challenges we have passed through to reach this moment so important. For this reason, the last part of the agenda is dedicated to you, is dedicated to your words and to your experience with the CORSIA African and Caribbean project. The floor will be yours, as you are the real actors who orchestrated such an amazing masterpiece. Without further delay, as we have so many interventions, and without spoiling a surprise that we have prepared for you, I would like to give the floor, first of all, to the European Union DG INTPA EU CORSIA Project Manager, Mr. Pablo Mendoza Villafuerte. Pablo, thank you so much for being with us today. The floor is yours, please.
Well, very, very briefly, and because clearly when we were planning about our intervention, mainly we wanted really to have only one intervention from our side, but I wanted to say hi for sure. Thank you to the project team and to the beneficiary countries and colleagues that are joining us today. But the opening remarks for INPA will be given by my team leader of the transport in the transport unit, Lenaik Jorgelan. Please, Lenaik, go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Pablo. Thank you, colleagues. I'll try to be very brief as well. It is, of course, my pleasure and as well as Pablo's pleasure to be with you all today for this closure event of the EU CORSIA project for Africa and Caribbean, the capacity building for CO2 mitigation in international aviation in both regions. I'd like to thank first all the delegates, representatives of the countries that we have supported and worked with in Africa and Latin America within this project for being present today, of course, but also for the involvement, commitment all along the implementation of that project. I would like also to say a few words to comment on the my colleagues of DG Move. I think Thomas Rosing-Schmidt is with us today, and just mention the excellent collaboration that we have with our colleagues of the Directorate General for Transport within the Commission, and of course comment on the all the project team of EASA that have been involved all along the implementation of these very important projects and goes to their leadership, Mr. Diego Priego, the head of department for international cooperation, and Carla Orio and all the team again. So for us, this project is a good demonstration of the long-lasting and very fruitful collaboration and relation we have with the EASA. As you know, we are very involved in DG INPA in the external dimension action of the Commission on the aviation sector. I think over the last decade, it's been more than 20 million euro, 21 million euro that we have committed for the aviation sector in our region of action, and that of course includes the CORSIA project that we are closing today. That covered Africa and Caribbean, but all the regions have been also covered and supported by our action in Asia, for instance, or Latin America. I was told that this project is a good example of perseverance because it's starting in a very turmoil time when COVID impacting the entire world. And despite this very turmoil and difficult times, I think the EASA teams, all the people involved in this project, the partner countries have kept on this commitment and involvement in the projects that has led us to a very successful implementation and led us to this event today that is will close the project. So it's for us paving the way for the decarbonization of the aviation sector. It is in very important achievements of this project that for us is one of the first steps of our action. And as you know, we are very much involved in the new projects, SAF to mentioning with ICAO as well, and we are preparing for new actions on the aviation sector in the future, of course, related in particular to the decarbonization of this sector. So I've heard, of course, we will have a lot of reporting and figures on the project, but I've heard that almost 40 countries, 39 countries have been supported within these projects to build the national legal MRV framework and implementing and enforceable to handle emission monitoring plans and emission reports. 27 countries were supported with bilateral or multilateral support activities to set up and implement very robust criteria and procedures and eligible emission units. With you've implementing many more than 10 regional workshops and CORSIA, 7 countries or regional entities have now a national accreditation system in place. So a lot of very important and successful results that we are witnessing through this project. And of course, for us, the work of EASA goes way beyond the completion of CORSIA. We are continuing to work together. We are now implementing AXAF, as I was saying, and we want to take activities to the next level, from measuring, putting the regulatory framework in place, to studying ways of producing sustainable aviation fuels. And we hope that in the future we are able to support investment in producing and making available those fuels for the actors of the sector, for the airlines. And along with ICAO, now we know we are conducting feasibility studies on SAFs, and that these activities are, of course, of strategic nature for the EU and our aviation industry. And as you know, in Europe, we want to be leaders in decarbonizing our economy, and that includes, of course, the aviation sector. We've seen a new request from a number of beneficiary countries to be supported on this endeavor. And for us, it's a very good indicator, very positive indicator that we have achieved very excellent results with the projects, with CORSIA. There is appetite to keep on working with us, with EASA, with ICAO on this topic, and we really hope that we will be able to mobilize the support to continue our joint cooperation and our joint support to our partner countries. I won't be too long. I was asked to be quite short. Just a final word that Pablo has told me that one of the very committed, involved person, very dynamic, very positively dynamic person, Eleonora Italia, will retire very soon. And we wanted to say a few words of gratitude for all the commitment, all the work done by Eleonora over the last few years, and wish her a very good retirement, and again an opportunity to thank the EASA team. I'll stop here. We are very eager to hear the last progress and the last results of the projects, and I wish you all a very fruitful event today. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much, Leinak and Pablo. On behalf of DG INTPA, we are really inspired by your words, and we will continue in our strong cooperation. I would now invite European Union DG Move representative, Mr. Thomas Rousing-Smith, to take the floor for his opening remarks. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much. Thanks for the floor. And I want to start by thanking everybody who has been involved in this project. So the EASA project management team, you, Carla, and also you, Eleonora Italia, and I can only echo what Lenaik said. Thank you for your Herculean efforts, and we wish you a very good retirement. I also want to thank all the states that have been involved and who have shown passion in moving CORSIA forward and implementing it. And then also thanks, of course, to the INPA colleagues, Pablo, Lenaik, who have been instrumental in securing funding for the project, and without funding there wouldn't really be a project. So thank you for that and for your project management throughout the years. I've only been following the project for the last 2 years, since September 23, so I'm a complete newcomer compared to many of you out there. But what I have been able to notice over the 2 years is that the project has been greatly appreciated by the states involved that have really appreciated the efforts from EASA colleagues to try to understand the situation in each country, to go there, to have the dialogue. We are under the same CORSIA rules, but each country is different in terms of how can it best be implemented. And I think EASA colleagues have really been able to try to the largest extent possible tailor-make the help to each country. And I think Lenaik also mentioned some of the very good concrete outcomes that we have seen, not least the number of states that have joined the voluntary phase of CORSIA has increased substantially, and this is very important because the more states that participate voluntarily in CORSIA, the larger the environmental effects, and also the amount of states that have implemented domestic legal frameworks on CORSIA and that have implemented national legal MRV frameworks have increased substantially. And I know that you cannot necessarily say that that is only due to this project, but having participated in several meetings during this project and having listened to the states that have been involved in the project, I have no doubt that the project has played a very significant part in driving forward these positive elements and trends regarding CORSIA implementation. Of course, CORSIA is a key instrument to reduce emissions from international aviation globally, and so a seamless and practical implementation of CORSIA is key to us, and this project has helped enormously in that regard. So thank you very much, and I look forward to hearing both from EASA colleagues the main outcomes of the project and also from the states, of course. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Thomas, on behalf of MOVE for your intervention, and also on behalf of all the teams supporting the process. Thank you so much for being on our side, you and all your colleagues in MOVE, technically speaking, but also in terms of guidelines and in terms of advice. And now, finally, I invite the EASA Head of International Cooperation Department, Mr. Rodrigo Priego, to kindly offer his opening remarks. Please, Rodrigo.
Thank you, Pablo, Lenaik, and Thomas for the words of introduction, and also thank you, Carla, for guiding us today once more. Dear honored guests, ladies and gentlemen, being the head of International, it is a pleasure to welcome you to the online closing event of the EU CORSIA and Caribbean project. As you know, it's a project funded by the European Commission and implemented by the European Aviation Safety Agency. I want to sincerely thank you for joining us today, keeping in mind that the ICAO Assembly is just around the corner, and I'm sure that's keeping many of us really busy. At least this is the case for us, for sure. I know we're joined by participants from Africa, from the Caribbean, and from Europe, and I want to extend also a warm welcome to all of you joining us today. This event marks not only the successful conclusion of a far-reaching technical cooperation project that started in 2019. That's indeed before COVID. It looks instant now, but yeah, it hasn't been easy. We know that. But also it means that we have been able through these years to strengthen partnership that we deeply value. And that's also an important outcome together with the ones that are going to be mentioned later today. We are especially proud to see many of you having volunteered to join CORSIA and thus taking measurable steps to combat climate change and meet international standards. We also want to commend the outstanding work that many of you have done in the monitoring, reporting, and verification of flight emissions from international aviation. This effort ensures that the implementation of CORSIA is kept transparent, is kept consistent, and it remains credible, which is also very important. As we look ahead, we are sure that CORSIA will remain central in the short and medium term as an additional measure complementing the others that we know, the use of new technologies, sustainable aviation fuels, as well as new flight procedures. And all these measures, you know this very well, are assisting ICAO in reaching its aspirational goal of net zero by 2050. As an EU agency, I want to personally assure you that we remain actively engaged with both the European Commission and ICAO to reach net zero, and we will continue to do so. And to keep it short and to close, I want to conclude by thanking you all, beneficiaries, its sponsors, implementing partners, project team, in all ways, experts, the two project managers, Carla and Eleonora especially, for your collaboration and hard work in the last months, which have been almost 70, I understand. It has been a very insightful journey and a very special project for me. CORSIA is one of my first missions as head of international cooperation, where I was lucky to witness the activity in Addis Ababa, and I will always remember that. So now I'll let you enjoy the closing session and give the floor back to Carla.
Thank you so much, Rodrigo, really for your words and for your warm, let me say, welcome today to all, because indeed you are right. Many are very busy in the preparation of the assembly, so we have many online. And I want to really thank you deeply for this opportunity to gather together. So thank you again, Pablo. Thank you, Lenik. Thank you, Thomas. We have concluded our opening sessions, and I'm looking at Gabriella to see if it's possible to start opening a file that is a little surprise for all of you and is to honor you all.
Thank you, Asap. Of course, from the Dominican Republic.
Carbon Offsetting and Reduction Scheme for International Aviation, CORSIA, is the first global market-based scheme that applies to a specific sector. It complements other aviation in-sector emissions reductions efforts, such as technological innovations, operational improvements, and sustainable aviation fuels to meet the ICAO aspirational goal of carbon-neutral growth. It is supporting the LTAGs as established by ICAO.
Climate change is a global challenge that requires global solutions. The success of CORSIA depends on the relevant stakeholders' capability to implement the CORSIA-related international standards in the most efficient manner.
In December 2019, the European Commission, through the Directorate General for International Partnerships, mandated the European Union Aviation Safety Agency to implement the CORSIA project. The CORSIA project has been coordinated with international partners at global scale. The project includes 40 sub-Saharan Africa states and 14 Caribbean states and covered a time period of 70 months from December 2019 to October 2025.
CORSIA was launched during a difficult period. The global pandemic disrupted all sectors, and international aviation was hit particularly hard. At the time, discussing CORSIA schemes seemed challenging. States and aviation stakeholders had different, more urgent priorities.
Despite the initial difficult period, the CORSIA project created an engaging momentum and succeeded at supporting targeted states in raising their ambition in terms of commitments towards the ICAO's recommendations and aspirational goals on reducing CO2 emissions from international aviation. The CORSIA's project's areas of activities are around these 5 pillars. The project's technical assistance has supported the states in 4 main areas. Firstly, to monitor, report and verify MRVs that their civil aviation emissions are strengthened and meet international quality standards. Secondly, to apply CORSIA methodology, assisting the implementation of international environmental standards and recommended practices. Thirdly, to increase awareness, understanding and knowledge of aviation climate impacts and of the policies to address them is improved. And fourthly, it has supported the national accreditation bodies from the region in launching the National Greenhouse Gas or GHG scheme and CORSIA subscope aligned with ISO and ICAO specific standards. After the launching event of the CORSIA project in June 2021, 2 regional workshops have been regularly organized, one for the Africa region and one for the Caribbean region.
Our participation on EU Africa Caribbean project is very interesting, and we have been through different capacity building assistance and also workshops. We have hosted back home, and also we finally here in Cote d'Ivoire participated in an amazing regional workshop that was insightful and interesting presentations and also fruitful discussions we had.
The biggest support was in terms of capacity building, starting with the civil aviation as the regulator and the oversight, including all our stakeholders, the airline industry, where we try to build support and the capacity of the airline focal points, also enhance their understanding of CORSIA implementation, the requirements of MRV, the requirements of the offsetting, the requirements of the CORSIA eligible units, CORSIA eligible fuel, and at the end of the day, as the project is winding up, we have really had a very positive experience across the CORSIA implementation.
So to Dominica, being a part of CORSIA means being a part of the international movement towards a sustainable aviation.
So thank you as a group, thank you as a CORSIA from the Dominican Republic, from the African and Caribbean projects. We thanks a lot because today we have a accreditation body, we have a verification body, and we are compliant with the CORSIA statement. Thanks.
Thanks to targeted support and technical cooperation assistance developed under the EU CORSIA project, and to the tailored expertise provided along the years in line with the ICAO's guidelines and EU leadership, the engagement with the CORSIA scheme grew significantly. Supported states submitted the reports on time, and some even accredited verification bodies within their regions, creating renewed positive momentum and increased awareness on CORSIA at international level. The message is clear. With cooperation, support, and joint effort, ambitious environmental goals are achievable.
As it results by the project, all the states are moving in the direction of decarbonization, and they saw CORSIA as an opportunity for them to maximize the work they are doing in coordination with airplane operator, with national accreditation body we're having, verification body, and now the next challenge is to involve the Ministry of Environment and the project developers. It was such an amazing work and opportunities for all of us working with all of you. And I hope for a very green future all together for a greener, sustainable aviation sector. Thanks to all of you.
Together, we have not only met our goals, we have set a global standard. The success of EU CORSIA project is a success we all share, and it stands as a testament to what can be accomplished when we unite around a common purpose. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed this moment of visualization on all that has been done by the project and by all of us. And myself really being behind the scene, so I don't take the honor, and really having the privilege to be in these last months together with all of you. So really great work. And this video, by the way, that has been done in cooperation with Safety Promotion Department of EASA, and we have here Tom Nohut that has designed this video and creating it with us. It's going to be uploaded on the EASA YouTube channel and will be available for all of you. So we are going to send a link. So of course we are in WebEx and it's not easy for the video to be launched, but it will be provided in link and it will be possible for you to see one more many times.
It will be also published on the CORSIA website.
Yes, of course, and it will be uploaded also on the CORSIA website.
I leave you now.
Yes, thanks a lot, Tom. Thank you very much. We are entering now into the, let me say, the core of this online session that, again, it's unique per se, because it's for the first time we have both regions together. And this more technical part starts first with the presentation of the project team. And I'm going to share myself the presentation that Monica and myself will go through very rapidly, because again, we want to give space to the states. Just a second. Okay. I hope you all can see the slides. So it's going to be really an overview pointing on the achievement and on the activities that have been performed along those years. I start first just briefly to point the attention on the three primary objectives of the project that have been in a way stated many times during this video, but also through the words of our speakers at the very beginning. And you have it written there. These three objectives have been really, let me say, the focus of all the activities, at the basis of all the activities. And from one side, in terms of goals, you know, all the beneficiary states that have been part of CORSIA have been assisted in implementing this mechanism. And of course, the cooperation and the assistance has been tailored, depending also on the type of needs and on the context. Contemporary, we have implemented means that are based, of course, on technical cooperation assistance tools, and also them have been implemented taking into account the flexibility, the capacity of the states to absorb, and also the availability, of the expertise for the specific states. Monica, I would like rather give the floor to you now and move a little bit more on the technical aspect.
Thanks a lot, Carla, and thanks to all of you for being online. It's such a pleasure. I will maximize the minutes remaining, and I will only simply say that you have, between Africa and Caribbean, 42 states already volunteering CORSIA, despite the war exemption. So that's an engagement from their side. And the last one was Dominica. Thanks to Elisha for being online. Thanks for the work. Thanks for ECA. And there are still other states that are evaluating their interest in volunteering. So like Mozambique, Ethiopia, and other expressed through the not official channel. We hope that maybe the assembly will be a momentum for reflecting on the opportunities of this mechanism, just simply passing through the activity. Again, DG INPA, the representative from DG INPA already mentioned the number, but what is important is MRV. Thanks to these 70 months, we managed to work with the state and create knowledge on how to work on monitoring, reporting, and verification. 39 states were supported on these activities. And again, through the different phase, we assisted the state in understanding how to work with CORSIA eligible emission units. We know that in the pilot phase, they didn't have to work on it because there was a negative sector growth factor. Now, that's the moment where ICAO will publish the sector growth factor as of 2024, and there will be the need of increased awareness on the new technicalities that are needed for offsetting under the CORSIA first phase. Procedural requirement, methodological requirement. And again, we assisted several states in digesting, 39 states in digesting how to comply with the different MRV templates, even from the Civil Aviation Authority side, how to work with the order of magnitude check, how to work with the CORSIA Central Registry. And you can see from this photo the representative, for example, from Cameroon, Civil Aviation Authority, and the airline CAMER during the online training. Sometimes we had to cope with this issue of COVID. So what was not possible to do on site, we did online. And again, we have this opportunity to have us continuous focusing on the support based on the different CORSIA implementation phase. When CORSIA first phase started, CORSIA first phase 2024, we had to assist update the Civil Aviation Authority on the implication of the new requirements to transpose ICAO's Article 16 Volume 4 into their context and to work with the new criteria of CORSIA eligible project eligible under the CORSIA first phase. You can see that, for example, Maria assisted, Maria will outline in a few words this activity, assisted Dominican Republic, ETAC, in how the CORSIA eligible fuel could play a role in the future, and the same activity was conducted for the Bahamas with a specific focus on the opportunities to have CORSIA eligible project in the future. And again, just to outline again the importance of this regional workshop, which were a momentum for all of us to share the story, to share the experience, to work as a whole team with you, despite we were divided in region, Africa region and Caribbean region. And today we are all together to outline the amazing result achieved together. Really, 12 regional workshops. And today is the moment where both regions are together to share the challenge they had, but the achieved result. Congratulations to all of you. And because we don't have with us today Veronica, I just want to stress the importance of this work on the national accreditation body. We assisted the state in creating a national accreditation system, in launching ISO 14065, 17029, and CORSIA subscope. Here you have only a few photo representative of the activity, but currently we have 7 national accreditation body plus one regional entity supported by the project. And that's in the future. And above all, we expect that maybe in the next ICAO list of accreditation verification body, the number of verification body from the African and Caribbean region will reach the level of 10 verification body out of 56 worldwide from 34 states as per the latest list. And because we need to outline the importance of technology platform we use, we assisted some states in creating, in easing their work to report to ICAO through the CCR through this specific platform that will be reported by our colleague Tahir in his presentation. Again, 16 activities, and these activities started only in the middle of the project because there were some technicality at infrastructure level to be considered. And again, some states, as part of the request, asked the wide approach to climate change applied at national context, applied at CORSIA eligible fuel, applied as strategy at domestic level. And we assisted 18 countries on that point. And again, if we gather all these activity, we can have 24 at state level capacity building activity conducted, plus 3 at regional level in the macro area of CORSIA, in the macro area of sustainable aviation fuel, CORSIA eligible fuel, and this new approach to CORSIA eligible project and the requirements that the state shall have in place in order to have authorization from the competent authority. So just to show to you a little bit of photo showing the work done in the different states and to thank all of them. And because we are at the end of the project, but this does not mean that we are not working. We will work until the last day of the project. Yes. And indeed, you see that there are requests ongoing from different states, from the Caribbean, from the African region, and just to continue telling you that some activities are still under consideration because the project will officially end at 12 October, and some will be considered maybe for the future, but again, what is important is to stress how each state look at CORSIA for their context and look at the dimension of CORSIA and the impact that CORSIA will have in the very short period, in 1 year and a half, because we know that in November 2027, airplane operator will be requested to offset. And for the time being, we have only one project from Guyana, which is CORSIA eligible. So thanks a lot for this moment, and I give back the floor to Carla to introduce the other speakers, expert team.
Thank you so much, Monica, for this overview and for your leadership, and expertise at environmental level and specifically on CORSIA. Yes, I just want to mention really the tailored approach. I mean, the pictures, yes, are proposing the moments, but the moments are also shown in terms of different way of interacting with each other. And this has been really tailored, has been really specific, country specific, and I think this is another key of success for this project. So thank you very much. It's important now to move on. And again, I told you this agenda is pretty rich. And now I would like to invite Maria De La Rica and Mart Latimer that have been working together on a presentation to show to you the overview of the activity. I will stop sharing and Maria, Mark, please. The floor is yours.
Yes, just a minute that we...
Yes.
Is it okay? Yes,
yes,
thank
it's
you.
fine. It's fine.
Thank you very much, Carla, Monica. Thank you for the introduction, and the video was really amazing, and allowed us to remember all the very good moments that this project has given us. We just wanted to share with you a couple of slides of some of the activities that we that Mark and I have performed. So we did several activities generically on CORSIA, and then on CORSIA eligible fuels. One of the ones, or the most recent ones that we have undertaken specifically on CORSIA was the one that took place in Mozambique at the beginning of this year. This was an activity with the purpose to raise awareness on CORSIA among stakeholders in Mozambique, all with the purpose to generate an internal discussion among them and among the possibilities and limitations of the potential participation of Mozambique in CORSIA. This is a discussion that is currently ongoing at national level, and the whole purpose of this activity was to boost this discussion, to promote this discussion internally, and to help them move forward, and also to maybe convince some of the stakeholders who didn't really understand the implications and the technicalities of CORSIA. So we focused on explaining this potential of participation, explaining how CORSIA eligible fuels also fit in CORSIA, and also ensure a good understanding of the CORSIA offsetting requirements, the calculation of the CORSIA offsetting requirements, and a good understanding of the nature of the CORSIA eligible units. So this was a very good activity because it really generated a lot of discussion. We are still discussing with Mozambique, and I think it's one of the success stories of recent success stories. And after this, Mark will continue with some of the SAF and CORSIA eligible fuel activities.
Thank you, Maria, and good afternoon, everybody. So what we try to do in this, in terms of discussions and the workshops and what that we've held on CORSIA eligible fuels and SAF, is really go back to basics. It's really important to do that so that everyone understands this topic from basic principles, and provide everyone with a practical understanding of the relevant elements. So that going forward, these are all understood. Is without that, it's very easy to get lost quickly in this topic. Everyone is at different stages of their journey in terms of SAF and CORSIA eligible fuels, and there's so many stakeholders involved or with an interest in this topic, from civil aviation authorities to government agencies in terms of the environment, energy, agriculture, industry, aeroplane operators themselves, of course, fuel suppliers and producers, academia, national accreditation bodies and verification bodies, and more, of course. What we've tried to do, and what we have done, is the workshops we've held have brought these individuals together to make connections, to forge discussions, and develop working relationships. And sometimes these people meet for the first time at the workshops that we've held. The technical aspects of SAF and CORSIA eligible fuels are critically important. The technical specifications of fuel is critical. The fuel must be safe for use in an aircraft. But these requirements are completely separate to a fuel's sustainability credentials and certification. How the sustainability crits within CORSIA framework has been key in bringing those two aspects together. And in the next slide, you'll see the workshops that we've held over the past 2 years or so within the Africa region that myself and Maria have been involved with. Okay, so we started off this journey on CORSIA eligible fuels and SAF in Kenya in October 2023, and we held another workshop there in July 2024. We had an event in Rwanda. date.
In September.
September, sorry, they can't see the date. September 2024, which was then followed by an event in Ethiopia in October 2024. And prior to that, we had some online sessions with Ethiopia. The most recent event was in Namibia in July 2025. And finally, but certainly not least, I'm certainly look forward to my first trip to Uganda in October, which will be one of the final workshops that are done as part of this project. And for me, really, it's a big thank you to all the team, to Monica, to Carla, to Gabriela, and to Eleonora previously, and all those that we've interacted with over the years. I speak for both Maria and I when I say that the capacity building work we do with EASA is certainly the most rewarding work that we do. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Maria and Mark. It was very inspiring and yes, lots of successful story. And there is going to be a lot to do also on the field of CEF and SAF, of course, as already said at the very beginning. And now I would like to give the floor on behalf of Mattia Grossman, because unfortunately, he has had some technical issues to connect. He's here.
I managed to connect at the really last minute.
Wonderful, Matthias. Sorry, because we were ready to cope and run your presentation, but this is really great, and you have been definitely pivotal on many workshops and many events. So please, the floor is yours.
Okay, can you please confirm that you see the presentation?
Yes. Thank you, Matthias.
Excellent. So I will try to be super brief. I know it's a busy event. So my name is Matthias Grossman. I had the chance to work on this wonderful project for the last few years. Unfortunately, I was not there at the beginning, but I've eventually managed to join this great team, and I had the chance to work essentially in the French-speaking African countries during this project. So I had the chance, as you can see, to travel quite a lot in this beautiful region, where essentially, of course, most of my role was to really deliver this deep dive training on CORSIA. This is a very important topic. We know today that aviation, the priority is security, but definitely environment is the second priority, and I'm glad to be part of this. To be part of this project, to really support the development and to share all the knowledge about CORSIA, but not only about CORSIA. We can see really that the aviation, everything goes to sustainable aviation fuel. So I was also part to deliver a very deep understanding on the CORSIA eligible fuel and SAF in general across all of those countries. So as you can see, this project supported Senegal, Togo, Benin, Gabon, Côte d'Ivoire, and Sao Tome and Principe, that actually I will have the chance to go on site soon in a couple of weeks for the first time. So I'm really looking forward to this mission. And of course, because this is the end of this wonderful journey, I would like to say really a big thank you to all participants of the various workshops. It was really, really nice connecting with everyone to share this knowledge, to have a wonderful discussion. Of course, a big thank you to my colleague, and because of course I did all my workshop in French. Je voudrais juste vous dire vraiment un grand merci à tous ceux avec qui j'ai pu travailler, et ce fut vraiment un privilège, et j'espère pouvoir vous revoir très prochainement. So thank you very much all, and I give you the floor back to you.
Merci beaucoup, Matthias. Thank you very much. Yes, we can definitely see from your slides the type of mobilization, engagement and momentum that you have created. And now we have been reaching the point of the less intervention from the expert team. Again, as Monica said, Veronica Garcia Malo is not with us today, but we have Mr. Tahir Riaz, that is ADMS expert. And I would like to invite you and to welcome you, Tahir, and offer a little bit an overview on what has been your work in these years on the projects in support to CORSIA.
Thank you very much, Carla, and thanks all the participants and CORSIA team and all the colleagues. I think it has been a wonderful journey, and not only personal, but of course how we contributed to the project. Project is ending, but I think it left a lot of stories to tell. And specifically in this context, ADMS, we developed over the time, all this as a digital platform, but, I just wanted to shed light on that, how it started. As you all know, CORSIA MRV process, monitoring, reporting, and verification of the mission data. So that has been in beginning, it was a process described in SARP Annex 16, Volume 4, very detailed process, but this is also turned out to be very challenging process, I would like to say. So when we started, it was basically from completely scratch. There was nothing we had in our hands. So we have to understand what are the pain points, what are the needs and problem. And the process is at large was completely manual process. So we look at that. There is a problem of mission reports, EMP mission monitoring plans, how they are filled, how the versioning, and then there is a verification process, which was pretty much manual in terms of sending mails forth and back, and then this is approval process also done in basically calling and sending emails forth and back, and also keeping record, all those things. And it's pretty cumbersome process when seeing you have to deal with large number of airlines, and state authorities have issues with that, of course, keeping record. Of course, the goal is very noble to have the sustainable aviation, but at the same time, these are, of course, seen as overhead, especially from airline operators. So this whole ADMS was idea to digitalize all this process to make not only airline operators' life easy, but also state authorities, and eventually ICAO has all the data coming in form of what the requirements are. So then when we started, of course, we have all the requirements, all the pain points and everything. And we started, we understood, had some experience, of course, with the airline authorities and state authorities, airline operators and state authorities. Basically, they wouldn't like to have a very complex system that, of course, it will bring another overhead. So our approach was from very beginning to start with something which everything is, which is the requirements are implemented, core requirements, and then we iterate, right? We get feedback. We were working with state authorities, airline operators. They gave us a lot of feedback, how the tool should look like, and also the verification body. So all those things we were done with 6 months in minimum viable product. Was core functionalities were done, but it was really far from done, actually. That was our experience. Then we saw, okay, people were using in very, very different ways. There is a lot of uploading, and there were, of course, we also learned mission reports and EMPs were completed with a lot of errors. So making system, rather than sending back and they should work on that or giving feedback, we try to make system should help them out. So it was, we implemented, we are really proud of that. We implemented this system which gives feedback to correct the reports. And of course, there is a lot of automation we done recently, actually, with the cross checks and so on. So these were all the things those are the achievements we can highlight. And yeah, so far 11 countries 11 states we have deployed, and we got a lot of positive feedbacks. And then, of course, there was some mix as well, because there are challenges depending state authority, their infrastructure. But I think in the end, we got a lot of good success that it's deployed in 11 states, and then 2 more to come end of this month. So altogether, it will be 13. And yeah, so yeah, I think this is also some of the feedback for the future. I think the tool is depending how the project goes, we can keep improving it, and it will keep updating as well. And then, of course, some of the feedbacks we got, states were very much interested on the digitalization of staff reporting that could be integrated, and also connecting CORSIA's registries to ADMS or separately. So these are the digital processes. We can digitalize those processes. So I think, yeah, in short, time is very short. There's a lot of interesting things happened during this project, and I would really like to thank you, all the states that supported us, and the airline operators, the colleagues, the IASA, ICAO, everyone. And yeah, thanks again. Wonderful journey and a lot of learning, and hopefully in future something we can support and continue working together. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Tahir. And you spoke also on behalf of Amir, that is not with us, but of course you have been working together, and good luck in your last mission. Looking forward to the final results. And we have concluded also nicely this session on the project outcomes that has been outlined by the project team, by the expert teams. They are amazing, really. And we are entering into another phase of today online event that is actually the most important, I would say, in terms of information, in terms of feedbacks, in terms of sharings from our beneficiaries. And maybe, Tahir, I don't know if you can, okay, Gabriela, stop sharing. And we have several countries that have been willing and open to share their experience on this journey. And the first one that I would like to invite to share is Nigeria, National Civil Aviation Authority, our focal point for CORSIA, that is Mrs. Oyetun Adegezam. Oyetun, are you listening? Okay, perfect. Welcome, Oyetun, and thank you for being with us today. It has been great. I've been in Nigeria several times, and many thanks always for the great cooperation. Do you wish to share directly the slides, or is going to be...
Yes, good morning, everyone. I
Yes.
will share the slide from here.
Excellent.
Okay. Can you see my slide?
Yes. Yes.
Hello, can you see my slide?
Yes. Yes, very well.
Oyetun, we cannot hear you anymore. It seems to be frozen.
Ah, yes, now I think it's active again. But I think we don't hear your voice.
You're muted. Oyetun, can you verify if you're muted on your side?
We can see the slides, but we cannot hear you. Oyetun. Maybe there is some internet.
Oyetun, I could maybe share the presentation. Maybe it will make it easier. It's a pity because I can see that you are speaking.
Yes. I think Monica, can you send the message? Just send. Okay. No, it's she is not aware. Oyetun, can you hear us? No.
I will
quickly also
okay.
talk
Okay.
about I'll just quickly talk about some of the events. Apart from that, all the workshops, the regional workshops, all over we have been attending, and these regional workshops have been very beneficial. All the relevant stakeholders when it comes to CORSIA, they have really benefited from this program. But we have some specific programs that I just want to give. So we have in 20.
Oyetun, we lose you quite a bit.
Yes.
If you don't mind, I will share the presentation.
Action plan, sustainable aviation fuel, and the follow-up to that was an event that was held in 2025. Oh, okay. It means my presentation is not
moving.
Being viewed.
Well,
okay.
Oyetun, we have a proposal. Can Gabriela share your presentation and you speak, because I think this way it will be easier. Okay.
My
please.
internet.
Yes, it's internet problem. Yes.
All right. Okay. So I should just I should share. Oh, Gabriela is sharing already. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So
can we move
please,
on with
Gabriela,
the slides? Yes.
Yes, just move on to the table. Okay, this is the content, and move on to the table where I have the key achievements.
Okay.
There.
Okay.
This one?
I guess my introduction for. Okay, all right. I guess it's my internet. So I was just saying that I'll just read from mine because I can't see it on my screen. That in May we had another meeting where EASA experts were present, and we were able to inaugurate the 6th Technical Working Group on Sustainable Aviation Fuel. As you can see, we're able to inaugurate policy and regulation working group, feedstock and production, funding and investment, technology and innovation, environment and social impact. And all things we had about 14 African states attending the regional workshop on financing financing on sustainable aviation fuels. So, and at that meeting, there was a very good awareness of aviation and climate impact and social pathways among the stakeholders. Of course, we know that so many stakeholders. So all the stakeholders that are not aviation related, they were able to come together and they benefited from that workshop. And that is what has helped Nigeria.
It's really
I think
on the
move forward on the next slide.
That supports technical support. Okay, all right. So and then there was I want to talk about the number 4, which is for NINAS.
Okay.
So also there was a NINAS workshop, and at that workshop we had the airlines and accreditation body and candidate verification body attending, and this has led to the process where we are about concluding the first validation and verification body in Nigeria. So very soon, with EASA support, we are one of the companies being accredited for verification and validation. And most especially also is the ongoing project on AEDMS, where we have
is the number 6 that she's. Yes, the 6th one. We can only wait. Oyetun, unfortunately, we cannot hear your voice. I mean, but we see on the screen. We see on the screen that you are describing the important contributions that you have received from the CORSIA project, either in terms of accreditation and verification body and very first validation of the verification body in Nigeria, and also on the ADMS. So we have understood that you were describing this feedback positively
on our system to be easy.
We can move on the next slides, Gabriela, and then because it's clear that you are very happy with the opportunity that you have received from the project to be supported, and we see a lot of pictures showing clearly the benefits.
It's just continuing. We have the next slide, the regional work. I would like to say that on behalf of Nigeria, yes. I want you to go to the slide 11. On slide 11, where I have the conclusion.
Yes, yes.
Yes. Okay. Now, I want to say that Nigeria EASA partnership has really accelerated sustainable aviation through capacity building, and it has enlightened the aviation stakeholders on financing pathway and coordinated policy. Of SAF projects and align with net zero ambition. And yes. Number 3 is that with the continued support of the EU, we will be able to finalize the feasibilities. And I'm glad to say that here we have been given an expert that is working with the group. Is going to we're going to move very fast to be able to complete the feasibility study. And the final note is that we also need continued technical support on the accreditation of another verification and validation body in Nigeria. So like Oliver Twist, we will continue to request for more assistance. Thank you very much. I'm so sorry for the internet being playing trick on me. So thank you very much for.
Thank you very much, Oyetun, because your presentations, of course, it's going to be. It speaks by itself in a way. I mean, the conclusions are excellent. I mean, you have been really achieving with the verification body and accreditation body an excellent results, as well as the importance that you have highlighted in terms of capacity building and the mobilization that you have done at the level of states and national aviation authorities. And I mean, all the team of experts have been really very, very glad about the support that you have been provided as CORSIA focal point. So on behalf of the project team and EASA and you, really thank you for being so engaged and for being so positive, you know, with respect to this project assistance. And stay with no worries that your presentation is going to be provided to all participants, and it's a really great feedback for us. So stay with us, and we move to a new state that is Kenya, the Kenya Civil Aviation Authority focal point for CORSIA, Mr. Francis Mwangi. Francis, are you with us?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. Excellent.
You can see my slide?
Yes.
Thank you very much. I also wish to appreciate on behalf of Kenya the assistance that you have received and great work that you have done with you, Iona, and the team, Monica. It has been great work we have done. In terms of how this work started, one, it reflected from the state action plan, where we have reflected already the updated one in terms of sustainable aviation fuel and also CORSIA. And we have been submitted, for example, the CORSIA, as you can see in the graph. In terms of assistance, we have been receiving already several training, as also Nigeria has highlighted. The latest one was in April, and we expect to receive another one in October. In terms of key milestone achievement, we have already Kenya from 2023. We have already now an accredited verification body, which is already now listed in the ICAO website. That is already verifying emission for international aviation. That is SORAI Solution Africa. It's already active and has already been compliant. In terms of other training, we have also been participating, as you can see, in different pictorial. In South Africa, we also participated in Abidjan, Ethiopia, the different CORSIA regional workshop. And also some of the workshop has led also to formation of different working group, like we have already established multi-sector market committee. We have already developed the CORSIA regulation. We have already now, through the different support from EU also, support for sub-project development, and also Kenya being one of the member in the Turban Cape, we see it as a positive indicator, especially CORSIA eligible fuel. And also we have already, Kenya, for example, we have already a carbon market regulation and CORSIA National Steering Committee for SAF. As you can see, Kenya has a carbon market portfolio from different energy sources. We have energy efficiency, we have afforestation and deforestation. We have already developed a carbon climate change carbon market regulation, which will help us in meeting some of these initiatives under CORSIA. In terms of some of the accredited portfolio for Kenya, the carbon market, we have over 250 carbon marketing activity, which we have under clean mechanism. We have already under gold standard some project listed, which we are seeing some of them, like we had one of ministry officer presenting, showing the different projects that are already there, which can meet some of the CORSIA eligible. So we can say in terms of achievement, we have already achieved a verification body, which was the first one to be submitted in Africa. We have already, which is SORAI Solution, SORAI Africa, and Kenya has participated in several workshops through this initiative. And we have also received in terms of data tool, we have also received the training to our team, and also we are expecting to receive the final CORSIA eligible workshop this October. In terms of further collaboration, we are seeing that we need to continue verification of that is support to KENAS in terms of CORSIA eligible fuel, and also that is CORSIA eligible project, and also more capacity building on carbon market to the ministry, and also steering the SAF roadmap that meet CORSIA eligible fuel. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Francis. It has been really great, the journey with Kenya, and we have been there several times. We are going to come again. I mean, the perspective is, amazing, and the work of the Kenya Civil Aviation Authority, and please, greetings to your Director General from all of us, has been impressive. And Echo, now I see you. Thank you so much, really, for all your facilitation as CORSIA focal point. Thank you to all your team. And I mean, it's very, very important. It has paved the way to all the successes that you have done in the area of CORSIA, from the very first brick in the wall in volunteering CORSIA, and really being exemplar with respect to many other states, up to the point where you arrived. And now we are talking concretely about CORSIA eligible project for Kenya. So looking forward to see you again on site together with Monica. And please stay with us. And I know that everybody else is hearing your feedbacks and your achievements and your concrete results. And this is great. And
thank you. And on behalf of the DG, we are very happy for this support. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you very much, Francis. And please, congratulations to all your team, of course, from all of us. And now I would invite first South Africa, and in particular from the South Africa Civil Aviation Authority, the focal point that is Mrs. Evelyn Chagot, that I hope is online, because she was contacted before, and it was possible to see her online. And then maybe I just switched a little bit. We will go back to Côte d'Ivoire, because we are trying to coordinate some the presentation with them. So is Evelyn, are you online?
Yes, I'm online.
Great, great.
If Gabriel can share the screen for me, please.
Gabriela, can you share the presentation of Evelyn?
Share my presentation.
From South Africa. Number 4. Otherwise, I will do. Yeah. I will do. Okay. 1 second, Evelyn.
Okay.
Sorry for this.
I have it now.
Okay, perfetto. Grazie, Gabriela. Thank you, Gabriela. Evelyn, thank you so much for offering your time and for sharing with all of us. Every single sharing on each one of you, it's really the confirmation, and it's rewarding for us, and it's nurturing a lot these positive spirits around the implementation of CORSIA. Okay. Can you see the presentation, Evelyn?
Yes.
Okay,
yes, I
then
can see
the floor is yours. Please.
All right. Yes, next slide, please. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. This afternoon in South Africa as well, as because I think you are in Brussels. So I'm going to be sharing the experience and work done between EU CORSIA project and South Africa as well. So this presentation will only focus on that. Next slide, please. Okay, so the EU CORSIA project on capacity building was not only for the implementation of CORSIA, it actually has played a very much or a crucial role in strengthening knowledge, skills, and readiness for compliance. Because I think for as long as we know is that it is because we want to actually comply as well with the requirements of course, ICAO requirements on CORSIA. And as a state, part of our mandate is to ensure compliance with civil aviation regulations, with which we actually even draw some of the standard and recommendations for Annex 16 as well, that we actually translate them into civil aviation regulations. So this also include other policies as well. So this project was not only motivating the state to do better, however, it also ensured that all the draft regulations that we actually propose for promulgation, they actually serve a purpose and are meaningful to the industry as well as other stakeholders that we deal with on day-to-day basis. So as you know, South Africa also plays as a role as a donor state under ICAO Act CORSIA Body Partnership. You can imagine how much this information that we get on all these trainings that are provided by the same that we here to say goodbye to that has contributed to what's city building as well. So as much as we work in capacity, as we also extend the same capacity on the at CORSIA as well. So I should actually acknowledge and that all the successes were possible actually by the generous support of this EU project. Next slide, please. So a good thing is that we are also one of the countries that at the beginning, or should I say the states, at the beginning we had challenges in 2020 when we were actually capturing data, and it was such a good experience for us, and we had to actually even share it with all the participants that joined. The very first one that I joined in Senegal in 2022. And following that, South Africa actually hosted the project, and which was a privilege for us actually to host the project event, or should I say the workshop or the capacity building in South Africa in 2023. So this project has brought Africa and Caribbean together, which we are and will always be grateful, as we have shared experience and promoted professional network effectively. So it was not all about work, it was not all about CORSIA only, it was all about environmental related issues that we share in breaks during the workshop. So it was really, really a great one. So currently what is ongoing in South Africa, we have started with the process under the same EU CORSIA project, the process of having a verification body. So we had our first workshop, which was in July the previous year, where all the assessors within the National Accreditation Body and all potential verifiers were trained on CORSIA so that they can assess if they can be able to actually become assessors, or rather the potential verifiers. So this project is still continuous, which in the next month or so, Monica will be joining us for a site visit or verification to our airline operators and also the verifier site, so that we ensure that all is checked to have a verification body, and we are looking forward to that as well. So in conclusion, we can all agree sitting here that aviation environment is growing, and of course we are looking forward to a continued support. Thank you, EU CORSIA project, for your role in supporting sustainable aviation in Africa specifically. Thank you very much. And this is just a moment of a memory to say, what is an event without memories? So we have captured so much memories, and I think these pictures will remind us where we come from. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Evelyn, for the presentation. That is really great, outlining the different steps that South Africa has gone through together with the project team of this project. And thank you very, very much for your rewarding words, because it's true that the conversations that have taken place in the frame of this project are not just CORSIA. I mean, they have been a building of capacity in terms of environment overall, and thank you also for pointing to the commonalities across two regions. And today we are going to really hear from both the regions, because in my view these both regions have a lot in common. I mean, they have the resilience, they have the strength, you know, they have the future in their mind. And yes, this is great really that this project brought these two regions together. So Evelyn, thanks a lot for mentioning this. This is a key point as well on the project, and looking forward to meeting you for the last activity for the accreditation body in South Africa. And stay with us. And now I would like to invite Trinidad and Tobago, and in particular the focal point for CORSIA of the Trinidad and Tobago Civil Aviation Authority. I'm just informed that the Director General is together with Mrs. Arefa Khan Labam. I don't know if this is right, but welcome, Arefa, and hopefully we will have, yes, very, very welcome, warm welcome to you. Director General, this is an honor for us.
Good morning to everyone.
Thank you very much, Arefa. Please go ahead with the presentation. Thanks a lot.
Can everyone see okay? Yeah?
Yes.
All right. So thanks for inviting us to present on behalf of Trinidad and Tobago and, well, the Caribbean. We cannot say enough good things about the support that we have received from EASA through the EASA CORSIA Africa and Caribbean project. Just to give a little background about the support that has been provided to Trinidad and Tobago. We signed the agreement, well, EASA would have signed the agreement, followed by our confirmation of participation in August 2020, which was around the same time that we were faced with the challenges of COVID-19. I was selected as the focal point immediately thereafter, and then our project would have started. I want to add that for the first workshop, we attended virtually because at that time we were still on essential travel only. Because of course, as the Civil Aviation Authority of Trinidad and Tobago, we do provide an essential service, and therefore we were looking at the well-being of our staff. But we were able to have a team of persons attend that workshop in Antigua. And since that time to now, we have attended several workshops hosted by EASA, and not just civil aviation, but a team of persons from Trinidad and Tobago. For instance, in this case, in 2023, we were represented by Mr. Brent Gaspard of Caribbean Airlines, which is our loan airline, and also the airline that provides us with the data that we upload into our CORSIA Central Registry. So we work very closely with Caribbean Airlines. We also had a representative from our Ministry of Planning, Policy and Planning Division. And we also had a representative from Airports Authority of Trinidad and Tobago, which are the custodians for 2 airports in our country, one in Trinidad and one in Tobago. Of course, we also had the support of Monica and her team as well. So just to give an idea of how the project has gone, of course, we started with the main focus was to mitigate against greenhouse gas emissions in civil aviation. That was our main project aim. And EASA would have worked with Trinidad extensively to build capacity. And more importantly, one of the areas that we would have identified to Monica was in fact the absence of regulatory framework that will allow us to really sustain the project, the CORSIA project. Now, what I would have mentioned previously is that we do have a good working relationship with our national carrier, but the presence of a national regulatory framework would take us into the future and would allow us to sustain any sort of projects that we would be able to undertake and really augment our position in the aviation environment. We also would have received technical assistance from the project. EASA obviously as well supported, as they would have done in Africa and the other Caribbean islands, supported the states and implemented CORSIA. We have started reporting and we have volunteered for CORSIA as well. So just to add, so some of the activities, as I mentioned before, now, Monica would have visited Trinidad in June 2024 and hosted a country mission. This mission was in fact, this workshop was in fact attended by several stakeholders in Trinidad and Tobago, and it was quite a success. We were able to have very good dialogue. We were able to have breakout meetings and really flesh out some of the ideas that we have moving forward. At those meetings as well, we would have gotten the commitment, and the director specifically asked us, Mr. Curry Price, would have specifically asked the Trinidad team to really work with the EASA team through Monica and see how best we can engage in projects that would really, projects that would be able to be identified and accepted as CORSIA-based projects, and which would help Trinidad move forward with our drive. We also would have focused on the MRV system, the EMP. We looked at ways in which material changes would affect the carrier and the administrator, in this case, the Civil Aviation Authority. And we also would have done extensive work in terms of the AES upgrades. We continue to work with our national carrier, Caribbean Airlines, through the support of EASA, in terms of receiving information and processing the information and through the verification body, etc. I also want to add that during the country mission, we would have presented several ATM proposals, and we were able to share with Monica some of the work that Trinidad is doing through our FIR, which I think was a big eye opener for her on that day, and in terms of PBN and that kind of thing, performance-based navigation, and other upgrades that we would be doing in that particular area to see how best that can contribute to our CORSIA mission. So I just wanted to add that as well. And of course, as I mentioned, all in all, the support of EASA, we have received a country mission. We have attended several workshops, online and in person. And as I want to reiterate that these workshops were not only available to the Civil Aviation Authority, but we ensured that the relevant stakeholders were able to benefit from it, which is in fact the Airports Authority, our Ministry of Planning, our direct ministry, and as well, of course, Caribbean Airlines, which is our national carrier. And all in all, this helped us to raise awareness and strengthen collaboration to move forward. So I just wanted to share, this is actually a photo from our country mission, which was held in June 2024. And as I mentioned before, I want to reiterate our appreciation for EASA, because it was quite a success. The feedback was excellent from all our stakeholders, and it allowed us to continue building on the strength of what we have in Trinidad, which is our Aviation Environmental Working Group. So we continue to work, build on the strength of that workshop. So looking to the future, we plan to continue collaborating with EASA and our regional partners. We would like, of course, to strengthen our institutional readiness for CORSIA, support any national aviation, environment, and climate agencies, which we have been doing and we will continue. We make a commitment to continue doing that. And of course, ensure sustainable implementation beyond the project end, which is, of course, October 2025. One of the main tenets of this program is, in fact, sustainability. So we would like to maintain all of the initiatives that we have started building. We would like to maintain it and keep it growing into the future. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Arifa, and thank you very much, Mr. DG Kari. This is great to have seen you, and thank you so much for your message. I have received it with much appreciation. I saw that, Arifa, your story is another successful story, and your words are really concrete on deliverables, on the different aspects that have been provided in line with the objectives of the CORSIA project. So I cannot be more, I was really touched because you told us really a story of engagement, a story of international cooperation, and the wish really to continue further. So a better result cannot be heard from all of us. So many thanks. Please stay with us. Many thanks again, Mr. DG. And it has been an honor to have you with us. And I would like to invite now to share the experience to the focal point on CORSIA for Eastern Caribbean countries, ECA, Mrs. Deomi Pierce. Deomi, here you are. Okay, excellent. Welcome to the online event, and please, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Carla. Thank you for the invitation. I will begin sharing my screen. Oh, okay.
Yes, it's coming.
Yes,
perfect.
so you can see. Correct. Okay. Okay. Good morning and good afternoon to everyone here. I will share briefly the work that has been done between the Eastern Caribbean Civil Aviation Authority and the EU CORSIA Africa and the Caribbean project between the timeline of 2022 and 2025. So, give me a second. Just briefly, ECA, also the Eastern Caribbean Civil Aviation Authority, is the aviation regulatory body for 6 states in the Caribbean region. So that's for the Antigua and Barbuda, Commonwealth of Dominica, Grenada, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. From 2022, we would have hosted the project, liaised with the focal point at that time, which is Ms. Desta Murray. Then in 2023, the shifting of responsibilities from Ms. Murray to myself occurred, and I was appointed the CORSIA focal point and represented the member states at the workshop titled CORSIA Implementation after the ICAO 41st General Assembly, which was held in the Dominican Republic, October 2nd to October 4th in 2023. In 2023, we would have also begun discussions with Monica on how to develop a CORSIA framework regulation for ECA. So here we just have some pictures and moments captured from that workshop in 2023.
Nice.
In 2024, the ECA, in conjunction with ICAO NAC office, began engaging with our member states to identify their CORSIA and SAP focal points. We were also recommending that 2 of our member states at that time, St. Lucia and the Commonwealth of Dominica, volunteer to participate in CORSIA. The timing was perfect as the project had a scheduled workshop titled CORSIA in 2024, What's Next, which was held in Jamaica, June 12 to 14. This opportunity was used to engage with some of the focal points for the first time and sensitize them to the subject matter. Discussions were held with the representatives and focal point of St. Lucia and the Commonwealth of Dominica, and as a result, St. Lucia volunteered to CORSIA as of January 1st, 2025. So here we have some moments captured from that workshop. And like I said, this was the first time the majority of us were meeting. It was the first time that some of the states would have chosen their focal points. And we also have Louise at the bottom. So the work continued behind the scenes. In November 2024, a virtual meeting was held to discuss the nature of a newly registered airplane operator's emissions monitoring plan and how to go forward monitoring their CO2 emissions. Several virtual meetings were held thereafter regarding this matter. Monica Bonfanti, through the project, was always willing and able to offer advice on any CORSIA-related matter. This equipped the ECA to carry out its duties effectively, ensuring that the airplane operator is compliant with the CORSIA regulation, which can be found in our Flight Safety Regulations 2024 at 9.3.1.29. So in 2025, we collaborated and hosted an on-site mission to the Commonwealth of Dominica, and it was titled Key CORSIA Elements and Opportunities for Commonwealth of Dominica to Join CORSIA. And this was held May 20th to 21st this year. The mission was deemed a success as we sensitized stakeholders from various sectors, both public and private, and ended the workshop with the state volunteering to participate in CORSIA as of January 1st, 2026. And this was a major accomplishment. And you can see some moments captured from that day. At the top right, you will see all of the participants that were in attendance. They spanned from the college to, we had an NGO, we had ATC, immigration officers, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, it was a lot of persons and they were very attentive and engaged. At the bottom left, you can see myself, the Minister of Tourism and Civil Aviation. She's to the right of me, the Director General of ECHA, Mr. Anthony Whittier, of course, Ms. Monica Bonfanti, the focal points of Dominica, Ms. Elisha Hilaire and Ms. Carla Irio. And the photo to the bottom right, you will see a symbol of their participation as the minister handed the sealed envelope to Carla. Oh, sorry. Okay, so following that mission, the very next day, May 22nd, 2025, we visited the OECS Commission in St. Lucia, and an on-site mission was facilitated with the Environmental Sustainability Division. This mission was titled Working Session on CORSIA Eligible Emissions Units. And here you have a photo of Monica and I posing by the 43rd OECS sign. As the project began to come to an end, some of the focal points and a private sector stakeholder from the Commonwealth of Dominica attended the last workshop held in the Dominican Republic, which was held July 16th to 17th, and this one was titled CORSIA Implementation under the CORSIA First Phase, Offsetting and CORSIA Eligible Emissions Units under the CORSIA First Phase. It is noteworthy to mention that this was the first workshop attended by the Antiguan and Barbudan focal point, as he was appointed after the workshop held in Jamaica 2024. So even at the end, the project was still able to reach and sensitize new persons who are now equipped to contribute to their state using the information learned. And here we have some moments captured from that workshop. The picture to the left, you will see myself and some of the focal points and the private sector representative. In the interest of time, I won't list out everyone. And of course, at the bottom right, you see myself, Monica, and Carla. Last but not least, Lima, Peru. An invite was extended to ECHA for me to attend the ICAO EASA Regional Environmental Workshop for the Northern America, Caribbean region, and South America's regions, titled Fostering Aviation Decarbonization, which was held September 2nd to 4th, 2025. Not only was the workshop edifying, but assistance was given to complete the ECHA's first state action plan, and this state action plan will be representing all 6 member states. It is currently being vetted and accepted by the ministers of these states, so hopefully soon we will be submitting to ICAO. And here we have some moments captured from that workshop as well. Evidently, the commitment by the European CORSIA Africa and Caribbean project have left an impact on the region. We are grateful for the work done by Eleonora, Carla, and especially Monica, whose passion for aviation and the environment sparks an interest and drive in others to lead a change as we collectively work towards a greener, sustainable aviation sector. On behalf of ECHA and our 6 member states, again, Antigua and Barbuda, Grenada, the Commonwealth of Dominica, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, St. Lucia, and St. Kitts and Nevis, thank you.
Thank you so much, Deomi. I mean, it's overwhelming, of course, but this is the results of your commitment, focus, and dedication, your capacity to engage all the states, to keep them together up to these final results of the state action plan, where, of course, the project has facilitated, you know, the opportunity for you to complete it. I mean, this is not a deliverable of the project, but the facilitation of the project, it's clearly, has been clearly representing a mean for you to reach this goal. So congratulations to you, congratulations to all the states of ECHA, and also congratulations to your Director General that has been always behind you and cooperating with us. So I think I'm speaking for all the team here. Really great work, Deomi, to you and to all the teams that have been coordinating with you. And remaining with us, your testimony is really very important, and I would still keep on going on the Caribbean region, inviting this time the Dominican Republic, and in particular the IDAC Deputy Director, Mr. Miguel Amuriez Meia. Miguel, are you with us? Yes, I see you now on the screen. For a few words on sharing the experience of your states, the cooperation with the CORSIA projects, and yes, feedbacks for all of us. Many thanks.
Carla. Good morning, everyone. I don't have any presentation, but I have a few words that I want to share with you. On behalf of the Dominican Republic and all the stakeholders involved in the implementation of CORSIA, I'm honored to express our sincere gratitude to the EU CORSIA project for its collaboration. Thanks to this partnership, there is a clear before and after in our state regarding CORSIA training and capacity building. Through this project, we have strengthened our national capacities in aviation and climate change and moved forward with the implementation of ICAO Annex 16 Volume 4. I want to highlight two key activities. The virtual CORSIA MRB seminar in 2022, which introduced our teams to the essential concepts of monitoring, reporting, and verification, and the ISO 14065 accreditation workshop, which gave us important tools for validation and verification. The EU CORSIA project has left a legacy of collaboration, knowledge, and capacity building that will guide us in the years ahead. We truly value this partnership and look forward to building on this foundation as we advance towards a more sustainable and responsible future for aviation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Miguel, to you and to your team. I can mention Judith, I can mention Luis, but many others, of course. We had the privilege to meet in Santo Domingo, and thank you, of course, for hosting two regional workshops in 2 different years on behalf of the Caribbean region. This is outstanding, Miguel, because it says a lot in terms of commitment, dedication, and also aspiration in relation to the environmental agenda. I mean, the goals that you have reached are really an example for all the states, and you have definitely a prominent role, and my recommendation really is to maintaining this role, because it will mobilize the entire region. For us, it has been really a great honor and also a joy, you know, to work with all of you. I think it is a question of partnership, because we have been learning a lot and also observing, you know, how much it can be achieved when there is such a focus, you know. And so I think I'm speaking for all of us, you know, the entire team, and of course the EASA, and of course, again, we have connected the European Union as well. I mean, really, thank you very, very much for your engagement and for your trust. I mean, it is a very successful story. Thank you very much, Miguel. And stay with us still, if you can, and we are going to invite Suriname now, and Civil Aviation Authority focal point for CORSIA, Mrs. Imgard Verwey. Imgard, very happy to see you again, even only virtual. Please, I let you share your experience with the project. Thank you very much.
Yes, good morning, good afternoon to everybody. And I think my presentation will be shared, or do I need to share it myself?
No, I will share it.
Thank you. And it was an honor for Suriname to be part of this project. We have learned a lot, and we are very grateful for the expertise and the knowledge we achieved during this project. And therefore, I want to share Suriname's story about how we went through this project. Suriname through CASAS has been working step by step to implement CORSIA. For us, this is not only about meeting ICAO obligations, but also strengthening our aviation sector in showing that even small states can contribute meaningfully to global decarbonization. Next slide, please. Our CORSIA story started with MRV, monitoring, reporting, and verification. 3 little words, but very big impact. At the beginning, CASAS has to transpose ICAO Annex 16, Volume 4 into standards of our national context. And that meant first learning and digesting by ourselves the authority, and then defining our role, and then setting the foundation for implementation by our aviation sector. From there, we had educate our Minister of Transport about the requirements under CORSIA and the need for a dedicated focal point at CASAS. And then we turned to the operators to train them and have them done the work with the, and have them learn how to work with the data they already had, but now under the umbrella of CORSIA. Next slide. This has truly been a story of continuous coordination and training by the project expert, especially Monica, who had all the times and was always available and always ready to assist us. We had some trainings and we attend those workshops. They were hosted by the projects. And at the very start, Suriname had just 1 airplane operator, officially falling under the MRV requirements. But we made a deliberate decision to train all our operators so that every airline had the same level of knowledge and readiness. And for today, that effort showed results. By 2024, Suriname has 2 operators officially listed by ICAO, and the 3rd one is already under surveillance for 2025 emissions. This demonstrates how our MRV journey has evolved from 1 operator to 3, from no knowledge to shared understanding, and from obligation to ownership. Next slide. Over time, our MRV work has improved in quality, but also grown in ambition. In December 2024, we submit our first state action plan. Each reporting cycle improved the accuracy of our data, and each training builds confidence across our stakeholders. But our ambition goes beyond MRV compliance. Suriname wants to become an active contributor to aviation decarbonization, not just a reporter for emissions. Therefore, it brings us to a next challenge. Suriname is a carbon negative country with vast forests and strong potential for high quality carbon projects. But turning this potential into CORSIA eligible units is not straightforward. Here, CASAS, Suriname cannot act alone. We need the Minister of Environment to guide us, defining the national framework, ensuring alignment with Article 6 of the Paris Agreement, and authorizing projects that are credible, transparent, and beneficial to our people. This is the next chapter of our story, moving from MRV to offsetting with the Minister of Environment and CASAS and the AU working side by side. Next slide. But this chapter is not yet written. Therefore, Suriname move from MRV to offsetting is a story still in the making. What we as states need is technical assistance to design and verify projects that meet ICAO criteria. We need legal framework to set clear national authorization frameworks, financial and institutional support to turn potential into reality. CASAS has proven that we can manage MRV. But to deliver CORSIA eligible projects, we need stronger cooperation with all stakeholders, especially the Minister of Environment, and deeper partnership with ICAO, EASA, the EU, and other donors. If we receive that support, Suriname can not only comply with CORSIA, but also contribute meaningful, credible offsets that benefits both the global climate and our national development. We, Suriname, our story shows commitment, persistence, and ambition. But our size and resources are limited to go that far. Therefore, we invite our partners to work with us, to help us strengthen our capacity and system, to guide us in sharing credible projects, and to support us in aligning our efforts with both CORSIA and the Paris Agreement. With this partnership, Suriname can move from being a small state reporting emissions to being a trusted contributor of high-quality climate solution in aviation. I would like to express my gratefulness and thankfulness to the EASA team that provided us with all the knowledge we achieved so far. And for the project coming to an end, we will shed some tears, but we know something will end of the year to assist us to reach our goals further and to strengthen our civil aviation system when it comes to CORSIA eligible projects and when it comes to planning and benefit from all the projects that our operators can benefit and the state as a whole can benefit from. Special thanks goes to Eleonora, Gabriela, Carla, and Monica, who never sleeps and is always ready to assist and to help us. Thank you very much. We appreciate your help and your assistance. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Irmgard. Thank you so much. I mean, it's I'm just letting your words to land inside me because, and I think all of us are doing that. I think you synthesize really the same that we feel towards all of you. Maybe there is no better closure, I would say, for the sharing from the countries, because we have really, thanks a lot, Irmgard. I mean, you are still on the screen because we have really few minutes ahead of us, and we would give the floor to many. Please don't hesitate to put your comments and your feedbacks in the chat because this meeting is recorded. And we are going to be very happy, super happy to go through all the comments and come back to you. I mean, your words have been incredibly strong in the directions that what has been implemented by the EU CORSIA Africa and Caribbean project has been done well. And it's a teamwork, so we all should congratulate with each other. So I would like, yes, Gabriela. Gabriela is inviting all of you to switch on the camera if it's possible. And 1 second, Mark. I'm just inviting all. I don't know if it's possible, Gabriela, to have all on the screen or try for a final moment. Maybe we were thinking to have. Yes, we were thinking to have additional time available, but I mean, Jonas is also with us. Jonas, I'm very happy to have you here. I didn't know if it was possible for you to join. Jonas, you have been mentioned. I mean, you are part of this amazing team, but I would think it's while the pictures of all of you are going to be on the screen, and it's beautiful to see all your faces. Let me go through the final thanks, because we have successfully reached the end of this unique event. and I'm happy that you have, let me say, felt the opportunity to share spontaneously, what has been for you this project. And I see also Pablo and Thomas representing the European Union still with us. Thanks a lot for your time. I know this is very it's not easy for you to take this time, but I think it was worth. You have heard with your direct presence the incredible success and the benefits of the state. So first, let me wish to express my thanks to all of you for the amazing cooperation and for the engagement. And I would like then to thank, of course, the European Union and again, DG INTPA, DG MOVE for their continuous support and guidance, either technically and also financially. So many thanks, Pablo, Thomas, for your support and your important presence. Thanks to EASA leadership that today was represented by my manager, Rodrigo Priego, and because they have trusted and they had vision, strategic vision, and this project has been reflecting that vision. So thanks also to the ICAO regional directors of the NAC office, SAM office, backup office for their excellent cooperation. I know that some representative of this ICAO office, regional office, have been with us today. I don't see all the names, and please pass back this gratitude from all of us. Thanks to AFAC, AFCAC, LACAC, ECAC, CASOS, and several international organizations coordinating activities together. Again, we are close to the assembly, so not everybody could be with us today, but the story of the coordination and the cooperation is very tangible. Thanks to the EU CORSIA project expert team, and I'm speaking about Veronica Garcia Malo, Maria de la Rica, Mark Latimer, Matthias Grossman, Tahir Riaz, Amir Seud for their remarkable competencies in the field of expertise. Thanks to Jonas Laukia, EASA environmental expert and key project team member all along the years of the project. Thank you so much, Jonas, for joining with us. And you have been seen in the video, so you are going to remain in the history for that. Thanks to Monica Bonfanti, the environmental leading expert, and I have to say, Monica, a real asset for the success of this project, but I'm not the only one thinking that, because the words of the states have been very clear. You have been named, I don't know how many times, we will count while reviewing the video. You are truly a treasure on all that is related to CORSIA and environmental overall. Thanks to Eleonora, I think we have been inviting Eleonora. I don't know if she's still online. She has been, and I'm just echoing the words of Pablo, of Lenac, and Thomas, the EU CORSIA project former manager, and thank you for having brilliantly led the project for several years. I have been behind you, but what you have been creating is amazing, and the inertia that you have created has gone until the end. Thanks to Gabriella Garaffa, the EU CORSIA project assistant, and much, much more in terms of operations for being the fundamental pillar, the legacy, and the glue for all of us involved on this project, from the beginning until the end. We could not be where we stand without you. Thanks. I had the honor, the privilege, the joy to work with all of you. And this is what I bring with me. It has been an incredible journey. So let's pass our good vibes to the ICAO Assembly A42. And with this, I would like to say this meeting is concluded. And I see the beautiful face of my screen. And unless somebody wants to say a final words, I think we can close now our online virtual session across regions. Thank you very much. Jonas, please. You wanted to...
I just wanted to clap my hands virtually. Thanks. Good job. Thank you, everyone.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for all the good work, team. And see you soon, hopefully.
Yes.
Thank you, Pablo.
Thank you, Pablo, so much for your presence. Thanks a lot.
If I like, I want to thank Tahir as well, and we still have some mission to complete, Tahir. So
Still a living project. You see, we are going to do the activities up to the 12th of October. I mean, this is for sure. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot to everybody.
The meeting is concluded, but I needed to stay online, so don't care about me. Just you're free to leave, okay?
Yes.
And if you have some comments, just send emails, okay? And we will definitely respond.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Thank you.
Hope
Thank you.
Something before the 12th of October. Yes.